Welcome Krish to another episode of Tech with Sukant, and thank you again for taking so much time. On a Friday evening, I know how difficult it is to spare time on a Friday evening. There must be a lot of plans around partying and stuff, so really appreciate that. Uh, so, guys, Krish has been an amazing engineering leader with more than a decade of experience. He has worked across multiple companies of all sizes, right from startups, early stage startups. He has been a multiple time founder, himself as well. So he understands how a startup is built, how it's run. He has been part of the engineering team at early stage startups, mid stage startups, and more or less, at BharatPe, which is quite famous these days for all right or wrong reasons, whatever that is, right? So he has been at BharatPe from the very beginning. He has seen that entire journey of 0 to 1, 1 to 10, and 10 to 100. Welcome, Krish, again to our podcast, Tech with Sukant.
Thank you, Sukant, for introducing and giving the brief introduction.
Yeah, pleasure. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Your journey, your school education, your college, and then how everything eventually all the dots connected and made you who you are today.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So it will be an interesting journey. So basically, the real journey started in 2010. When the Facebook is little bit getting famous, or internet, and everyone is like, "Are ye new app?" Yeah, after the Orkut, right? So that time, till the time, like I was like going to school and getting the marks, and then college and all the stuff that. So I am both. Actually, I'm not the first bencher. So I'm kind of topper and the backbencher. So
that's quite a weird combination.
Yeah. I'm kind of little thug life. I love that. So basically, I do all the stuff in college, but still I used to get the marks. So
you're one of those kids. Everybody hates.
Yeah, hates. So I used to have gangs, right? But still so hardly I need some maybe 1-2 weeks before the exams to get prepared. And
genius, it seems.
So kind of like so that so I used to study because of my father. Like he needs good marks, so I used to study, but I'm not very interested in those normal theoretical stuff. So in 2010, when I came to know about the Facebook, so that's where the journey started, and I started looking into how something like this can be made. So that's the first question mark, right? Since then, entire thing changed. So I started googling how a website can be built, right? And then I found out control you will find the source code of any website. So I then did it, and I found HTML. So I don't know anything about anything at that point of time. So because college mein kya hote C++,
right.
These things you cannot build applications on top of that, where people can see. So I was very.
That was back when? Which year was this?
2010.
2010.
So I'm very intrigued at the point of time. ये क्या है? मतलब HTML क्या है? So then I'm like I was roaming in the college, and then I found out that there is some coaching of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is going for like 4th years who are going to relieve, right? I'm at the time first year kid, right? So I got myself enrolled and I went, right? So I know they will do ragging. But still I went, right?
Okay,
and
that was the coaching or the college?
College mein, it's like before the placements they used to train the people, right? Because that's not in curriculum at that point of
Correct,
right?
Makes sense.
But I was, I'm intrigued, so I was like, chalo, I want to go and see what's...
Let's explore this. Which college you graduated from?
It's JNTU Kakinada, but affiliated college.
Understood.
Like Arts Institute of Technology and Management. So, that's where I came to know about these languages, and then the first day when that guy, you can say the lecturer, so when he started writing something in HTML and then he showed the immediate output in the browser, that's where like
instant gratification. Kuch kara to dikh raha hai.
Exactly.
Yeah.
C mein you will see a lot of errors.
Right.
Yeah, so solving all the debugging and all, that's interesting, but still it is exciting for me. Right. Then I was like, chalo, let's build a blog initially. So I made myself some targets, like we'll do a blog for myself only. I think it is still existing, KrishCdbry.blogspot.com. So then I started slowly diving into these things. Ek blog banaya, and then so that time in my college, one guy joined in the college, like he's a kind of lecturer, but not a complete lecturer. So he's a guy like a trainer of leadership.
Okay.
So he started leadership club in the college, and I'm the one who joined something interesting out of curriculum. So I'm not the guy who sits in the class and listens everything and writes the notes, right?
You should not.
So I'm the guy I always want to learn practical stuff, and so first year I studied because of because of my dad. I need to prove him that something is going on. So I studied, and fortunately I got something around 90%. So that's the college top at that point of time. But I'm not enjoying this stuff, right? So when I came to know about these websites and everything, and when I'm into the leadership club, so I took the charge of web apps club in the leadership, web and applications and all. So then I started doing the site for leadership website.
Okay.
Right, and then I used to teach juniors after the college hours, right? Because college mein these things are not there. It's always about read, get some marks, and then placements will come, TCS, tag my
Right, very mechanical, usual stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
So I used to have two things in my mind. One is either to get CAT, because I have heard that CAT mein 12 lakh salary hoga. That point of time, when in 2010-11. So one of my friend, he's still working in BharatPe. So we both used to solve the CAT question papers.
Okay.
After the college hours, right? So that was the initial thing like I used to do, because since the first year I used to concentrate on what I need to do, and so like something interesting, something out of the box I want to do. So then when I came to dive into this web stuff, then I was like, chalo ye karenge hum. Right, it is interesting, and people were crazy about Facebook and all this.
Right.
So why can't I learn and do something like this? So I did. After web apps club shuru hua, I started that. I started teaching juniors, and there are some instances where I even taught some things to the lecturers also, because they at that time PHP it's like very initial days, and everyone is crazy about it but don't know how to do it. So I used to do all these things, right? So then so that's how I made myself spending a lot of time out of the class, but still I used to get the marks, because before the exams I used to read in Wikipedia, and there is some IIT Chennai classes online mein. I used to learn from that.
Got
IIT I think Kharagpur ka kuch. Then I was like, chalo एक website शुरू करूँगा. It's like which can be a competitor for Facebook.
Right.
So I created highfriend.com, which is almost like
that was back when you were college, when you were in college already.
Yeah, I launched it in 2011.
So that was again around similar lines as Facebook and Awkward.
Yeah.
Okay,
so it is like, so I thought chalo ye Indian version of Facebook hoga.
Okay.
So I started it. So I don't know anything about how to upload the files or how to upload the photos and all. It's all learning at that point of time. So it was all. I'm not that person where let's say पहले मैं Java पूरा I learn full Java, I learn full Python, and then I'll do something else. So what I used to do, I used to directly jump into the experiment
and then figure out, right? Jump into whatever and figure out how to swim.
That's how I learned. Like lot of weekends I spent, and so my dad used to hate it because he's not seeing me studying the books, right? So he is very reluctant to do all these things. He always used to say, "Arey, isme kuch nahi hoga.
You're wasting your time."
You're wasting your time, and he used to fight with me. Matlab laptop ka timings also he set.
Acha.
You should. So I used to cover that. I need to study from the PPTs. I need to study from the documents, and in the PPT, I used to write coding. I used to write the code, I used to copy, and when he's not there, I used to copy paste in the code base. I mean, the Notepad++, and he used to come back. So whenever he observes, he thinks I'm studying, but I'm doing these websites and all that. So even at night, so my schedule used to be, I used to work till 3 o'clock, and I used to wake up at 5, 6, and then I used to pick the bus at 7 o'clock. And even the bus I used to code. So it's like, so I used to enjoy, so I never used to get sleep.
You got obsessed with it.
I got obsessed. So for 15-20 days I used to do like this. My head used to get heat, and I used to get maybe fever or something. I will take a rest for one day and then sleep because I'm not giving time to the body to take rest. So I used to do that, and then I launched HiFriend. So that's very what you can say, that is one the first instance where someone in the college, a student, who launched something where no one else knows how to launch a website at that point.
And you ran it for a very good amount of time,
it's
right?
like I ran it for around 4-5 years. Even still it is
made
there
some
on
money,
my
made some money out of it.
money matlab thoda ads I made, but later so I'll tell you one more. Hi friend के बाद एक और है.
I saw that.
Yeah. So Hi Friend. So now what happened in the Hi Friend? When I launched it, it came into the newspaper.
Oh, nice.
Initially, so then some people from IIT Chennai, I guess, they saw this, and then they tried attacking the website. DOS या DDoS कुछ करके, and then I faced issues, and then so till that time I don't know about hacking. Right, and then when I found this, मतलब ये क्या है? Right? Then I started searching about it, and I came to know it's अच्छा hacking है. So then I thought, चलो see, this log challenged me, मतलब they want to break my site. So then I started learning hacking. I went to workshops. I did a lot of things, and I used to hack college, friends also, मतलब Gmails crack करना, phishing pages करना, and then viruses, all that stuff. So I used to write a virus and then put it in the group saying that photos of the recent vacation or excursion. They used to download and the virus used to come into the into the laptops and all. And I have read a lot of chats. Google chats होते हैं ना उस time पे like before. So I used to do all that crazy stuff, but I'm not a black hat at that point of time. It's just funny.
Yeah.
But that became serious. So I applied for a competition, which is in the IIT Chennai, which is like Cybermania or something. So who like tried to hack my website, right? I competed with them. I went to Chennai and I won the National Electrical Hacking Championship in 2013. So
wow.
That's where I was like, चलो अब सुकून मतलब बदला हो गया. Right? So that's how I dived into this security and all this hacking stuff and all.
Got it.
And I used to roam like I used to go to a lot of colleges for inter-college competitions. I went to one college and I got so I actually sweeped everything. Matlab Project Expo, PPT and and the Java quiz competitions and all that. So that is fun for me that at that point of time.
So when did you graduate?
2014.
Okay, 2014. And in 2014 you were doing Hi Friend after getting out of college.
2013 Hi Friend.
Okay.
2014 I'm coming to that.
Okay.
So Hi Friend. So while doing Hi Friend, I learned a lot of stuff. मतलब अच्छा website ऐसा करते security ऐसा है and then do these things because in Hi Friend I used to have one-on-one chats, group chats, creating clubs, all that you find in Facebook, like ads and pages for people. So I used to research space.com at that point of time, like space.com is there, Facebook and Orkut ka. So I used to mix these things and I used to get all the stuff at one place. That's a heavy website, very heavy. So because I'm not a product guy at that point of time. So like whatever the future I it's like acha ye acha hai, then I used to implement.
Yeah.
So that's a learning for me. So I did it. And after that, Hi Friend TK, so like a lot of people on the first day, I got some 7,000 registrations or something.
Oh wow.
A lot of college people and all, and everyone. So like till the time I don't know about this server capacity and all that. So I used to spend a lot of money of my dad's. My dad used to say, "Kya kar rahe tum?" So I like I'm the medalist in all the 4 years. So whenever like I used to get top, my dad used to say like, "Kya chahiye tumko?" Website karido. Yeah, like SSL certificate karido. ऐसा. So he never used to understand. He's doing something, chalo karne do. So
since you were already doing very good in academics, so he didn't bother too much.
You don't have any other issues then.
Right.
So after Hi Friend, I took a gap of 4-5 months. मतलब मैं कुछ नहीं किया, but बीच में I did some college online shopping where if let's say for example after the completion of first year, you will have some things left, right? You can sell it to your juniors, right?
Correct.
So that's how the online shopping.
अच्छा.
हाँ, college online shopping.
Quicker type का product बना दिया for colleges, right? So for colleges.
हाँ. So I like I did that. So people used to see me in the college like ये तो अलग है, मतलब ये कुछ
मचाएगा.
Something. So in 2013 only I got the Student of the Year award also because I worked with some guy, very senior guy. So like it's like 30-40 years, Madhavan or something. So he is working on some government skill development or something. So I worked with him. I helped him building that, and then because at that point of time I don't have passport and all, so Varna I will go to USA with him to present in. So that time, because of that initiative and then high friend and all that, I got Student of the Year award in 2013. Right? Then HardNote started. So HardNote is where my main journey. Matlab, I'm the full stack engineer by.
Got it. What was that?
So HardNote.
What was the product?
I'll tell you. So HardNote. Now I'm married. I can tell everything. So at that point of time, I used to be in relationship, right? So 2010 mein shuru hua relationship. So it's like 3 years. So I used to have a lot of photos of me and my girlfriend. So there is no Google Photos at that point of time. I'm not sure whether I'm aware of not, but.
It was there.
It was there. So I'm not that much aware of. So my laptop got crashed, right? And a lot of the pics I lost.
Okay.
Then I thought, chalo, I need something. See, Facebook is public. You cannot.
Correct. You can't put everything on Facebook.
Right.
True.
So I need some personal, ground where I can put my, this confidential stuff where no one can see, and then it should be locked in. It should be secured.
ऐसा क्या था?
So I thought, normal pics only, but it was like I want to be secure.
It's okay, I'm not getting into the details.
So I thought, chalo, let's and I've gone through a lot of things, Evernote, and then Facebook though, like that is not even an option.
Correct.
It's all public. So I thought there should be some platform which is personal for you. I mean, you right, your close friends, and then
you have access to it.
Only family, close friends, and mainly related to your life memories. Matlab, let's say for example, today you got a job, right?
Right.
You will post it in LinkedIn, Facebook, and all.
So more of a journal kind, a photo journal kind of product, right? Got it.
So it's like it is divided into 14 categories. Sweet memories, or like some anniversary, or like it is more into your personal space. So whenever you like after 4 years, when you logged into the website and you clicked on interesting moments, or when you clicked on the happy moments,
right,
all the happy moments will come at one place.
Got it.
Right?
Nice.
When you look at some today I'm not happy, matlab something bad happened to you and you don't want to kind of forget it, right? So those kinds also you can place, and then you can see. So it's like pehle to normal hai, but after 10 years there will be a lot of memories.
Yeah. Correct, right, obviously.
So that is the reason why I started HardNote.
So what happened to that?
That is still there.
It's still there. Okay.
I'm going to revamp. So it's like 1.5 years back, I stopped the like people posting.
So do you have app? It's a mobile app or something?
Yes,
Got it.
Yeah. Like app is there, and I'm going to revamp it.
How is it doing? How in terms of users?
So HardNote is having some dedicated people who have lot of memories saved, and it's all encrypted. Even I cannot access them, because there are normal memories and also you can post, and also there are locked folders, locked notes. It was like too much of security, too much of personal space. And
is it paid?
No, abhi to free hai. Baad mein if I get so I'll tell you the HardNote story also. I even went for funding for one time, but then I was like, I stepped back. It's like abhi time nahi hai, I'll do something later.
Makes sense.
So HardNote, so initially I didn't encrypt it much. So I have seen one post of someone who is really sharing things with HardNote. मतलब मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, क्या किया मैंने. So it's very personal. Then I started encrypting even the messages also. मतलब whole stuff. Like a lot of people really wants to speak to HardNote. It's like something they felt, maybe it's like a friend for them, imaginary friend, and they used to share things with it. Right? And every day it will remember you. मतलब आज क्या हुआ. It's like that. So,
got it.
So then HardNote started in 2014, right? And so my requirement is gone. It's like achieved. Matlab, I want to have all the personal stuff of me and my girlfriend. It's done. Like that, a lot of people started using it. So I came to Delhi. So I got job in Tech Mahindra in the campus placements. Campus placements, it's like I know it's a sure shot. So I got it. But I'm not willing to go. Okay. Right? See, it's not like in 4 years of your BTech life, if you did so much, people saw you like something, and then if you join in the same company, like that doesn't make sense for me, and even it's very slow paced. So I'm not telling that company is bad, but so I'm not right fit for the MNCs.
Yeah.
Right.
You wanted to be, in a more fast-paced environment in a startup journey.
Yes.
Doing that 0 to 1 or 1 to 10 wala journey is what.
Right. So, and I was like, chalo, I'll do something. So I got a reference from one of the, hacking. So in one hacking workshop, I got in touch with one guy. So Varun, his name, like he's a very good hacker. Like he worked in Google, Amazon, and all. Before that, he's in college also. Right. So he referred me when he is going out from Internshala. Internshala, you might know. So I joined Internshala full time.
Okay.
So it's an edutech, right? So I came to Delhi. So my dad is like, he didn't even understand why I'm doing this, because see, Tech Mahindra, Bangalore, safe. It's like good MNC, security, job security.
Right.
And Delhi, Internshala, no one knows, right? Basically at that point. So my dad is like, what are you going to do? And I was like, so leave it to me. My career, right? If you want me to join in Tech Mahindra, I'll join, but I'll blame you if something, if I'm not happy. But if you leave me, then blame is on me. So my dad is like, okay, your wish, you can go. So, and then I came to Delhi, I don't know anything. It's a complete change for me. I'm completely in South with Telugu, all the language, comfortable people in Bangalore.
How difficult was it to, when you moved from South to Delhi, adapting to that?
I'll tell you, it is like a lot of things happened with me for first 3 months. So what happened, I'm not habituated of any of things because I'm the only kid in the home. So my dad and mom used to take care of a lot of things. Don't go to I didn't even spend in any relatives' home in more than a day. So sitting in home and doing all this. That's why I'm a very good kid in home, and that's why I'm a very bad kid outside. All that stuff, gangs and all that. When I came to home, I was like, I was like that. So that's why I want to go to Delhi and just throw challenge. It's like I want to go to some new place, new people, new language, and then I will see whether I will sustain or not.
Correct, makes sense.
Right. Then I came to Delhi. I joined Internshala. So Internshala is good, but the work, at that point of time which I'm getting is very normal. So I'm the guy who...
You are a full stack engineer there?
Full stack. I started in backend only there.
Got it.
So I'm the one who did 2 social networking websites in a span of like 2 years.
Right.
And I'm not that guy to build a small form, registration form for next 2 weeks. So
speed was missing.
Right. So I got some tasks for like 1-2 weeks. I did it in half day, and then I was thinking like what to do. So I used to work on Hive only. I've been HardNote changes, databases and all that. So it's been 3 months. I'm not enjoying.
You moved out of there.
So I'm then trying to. So at that point of time, what I thought is like let's try something very new in a new sector. I used to love cricket. I used to play a lot of cricket. Then I came to see an opportunity, which is some cricket company, which is based out of London.
Right.
And they are starting their office in Gurgaon.
Okay.
Then I applied to that company. Not even applied.
Which company was this?
It is PitchVision.
Okay, PitchVision. Got it.
PitchVision, MI Sport and all. So, and I applied to that company. I didn't even apply. I just tried, pinging someone, right? And they were like, he's a kid. They want minimum 5 to 6 years of experience.
Yeah.
People. So, but I just like, chalo, try karenge. I just tried, right? So before that, in that 3 months, what happened? I joined in a PG, right? So I took a PG, and that. So and then I want to leave the PG within a month, and that guy took some 11,000 security he didn't give, and then I lost some 22,000 to someone else, and then my phones got stolen. I went to police station to.
Wow.
So the same day I went to this company interview in the morning. That night, I got my house buggled. Like people came and took my phone and all. I'm sleeping.
Okay.
So
where were you living?
Living in that sector, I think 38 Islampur village or something.
Acha, it's a good place.
It's a good place, but that time it's like 2014.
Pretty new.
Yeah. So the phone is lost. In the morning, every like a lot of people are in the room. It's like what happened? It's like police complaint. It's like I'm having an interview at 10 o'clock. So I thought I won't go to the interview, but one of my friends said, "Arey, job interview के बाद we can go to the police station. So I never stepped into the police station in my lifetime. So that's the first day.
So scared to go there as well.
So first I went to interview. I went little early because I don't have any resume, nothing with me, and they are calling me. I don't have phone also. Right, the phone lost. I lost the phone. So I went there little early, and then they thought I came on time. It's a plus point. So they were like, everyone came late. You are the only one who came early. I cannot tell that. I came early because I need to take printout of the resume, and so I was like, chalo, I came early. I'll be on time every time. So I went to the interview, and it's with the CTO of that company.
Okay.
So so when I stepped in, he told me on the first call that, see, Krish, we are looking for people of 4 to 5 years of experience.
You don't fit in.
I'm just 3 months of experience, but the resume of yours, or like whatever you have done, it is very interesting. So I just want to speak to you. I cannot commit for any job and all. I just want to interact with you. So don't take it up as in you will crack this and all. And then I was like, हाँ चलो, like कल तो इतना issue हुआ, I lost the phone and all. So it's a bad time. So how can I like expect something good happens? And I was like, okay, free. So I'm completely free. I thought this is a waste of time for me. I started speaking to him, and he's asking me a lot of things. I was telling, and we're in a very deep conversation.
Right.
And then in the middle of the stuff, I told him that so whatever the website you guys built, right, that's bullshit. I told directly, because job he's not giving me job, so I can tell anything. I think it's a bullshit, frankly.
The thing to lose, because you already made up your mind कि job तो मिलनी नहीं है यहाँ पे.
So I said the website is bullshit. Right, I want to know about your organization. That's why I tried, right, but I didn't found anything, right. So it's I'm not sure what your engineers are doing and what your senior people are doing, but there's shit. And he was like shocked. And there is one more guy who is the general manager, and he's also like, both got shocked. And I said, so how can you be so frank, matlab? So I told, see, you told me like 3 months of experience. I can do 10 times better than this, right? So then he was like, okay, so just imagine if I give you a job, like what you will do. And then I said, give me, I'll revamp everything without any, I don't need any product, I don't need any Figma screens, I'll do myself, but I'll change the entire stuff which you are supposed to do and which you didn't do, right? So then he was like, Then the conversation changed. Matlab, he was like, okay, what I'll try to do, I'll try to speak to my CEO, and because you are a special case, 3 months, right? So, and because we were expecting not even 5 to 6, they are expecting 7 to 8 years of experience, and I'll tell you who are the people joined with me at that point of time. So he said, Chalo Krish, we spoke to some extent about databases and all that, and then I said, and then he also said, if I give you a job, right, I cannot give you some interesting things to do, matlab, some tough logics and all. So you need to do some website, and then you need to learn from the from your colleagues. But never come back to me saying I'm getting bored and I will go, because then I said, nee, I'll take care of myself. I know what to do and all. So it's like, I like your confidence. So I'll speak to my CEO, and then I'll get back to you if something is good. And I said, okay. So I came back. It's been 2 weeks. So in the meantime, I got an offer from Jabong and all that.
Got it.
So, but I never committed to any company. Book my show also. Then 2 weeks back, they emailed me saying that we are not even able to reach out to you. And I said, I told you my phone is lost. Right? Phone to gaya. So they are trying, to call me. And then I saw the email, and then he called me. Then I gave him a new number, which is this current number. So he called me and said, we want to offer you on a special case, and then we'll see for next 6 months if you want to come and join and all. And then I said, I will come. So I joined the company. The people who joined with me are like, there are 4 people who joined the small tech team, right? And there are a lot of marketing, sales.
Yeah.
Everyone is having 8+ years of experience. Like one guy who is supposed to work with me, he's like 10 plus, and there are two more guys who are working. They'll be 8 plus, 9 plus, and I'm 3 months. So the introduction email is having this guy is having this years of experience in this company. So all these people joined, let's clap and all that. Na? In that I'm the only one. Everyone started, who is this guy? He's like, ye kaun hai? I mean, so I went to Dehradun for the hota hai na, like 10 days ka intro.
Right.
Some period, I don't know what I forgot the name, but So it's like incubation. I'm not sure.
Kuch to even I'm not getting the word right now.
It's like telling about the company,
right?
Showing all the things. Induction program. Right. It's like 15 days of induction.
Correct.
Program.
Right.
So it's a very good time. Like I spent like 15 days. I came to know about a lot of things. But one thing I came to know that there is some interesting stuff to do there, because it's about cricket. You need to build some cricket, scoring software. Yeah. Plus, cricket analysis. Like, so the product is about
entire analytics platform on top of that.
Analytics and also the real-time bowling analytics. Matlab, you will have a machine camera, and the camera captures the balls, and it takes that dots, and then you need to show it in that 3D map.
Got it.
Right, so it's like for coaches, they will sell these products, and the coaches can see all the bowlers' performance at one glance. Matlab sitting, it's like, say he can sit in the home,
right,
and he can see how the today's session went, and then like what is the top bowling speed and what is the line and length. A sub tracking, pura tracking. It's like very interesting. Like apart from normal building websites and all.
How much time you spent there?
5 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll tell you interesting stuff now. So I joined in October 2014. Within 6 months, I got promoted. I am the one who is leading the team. Right?
Wow.
So because like even my boss, used to think that chalo, he'll do something, he'll learn and all.
So wahan pe, there was the seniors with 8-year experience, when they're getting insecure or ego clashes.
Ego clashes nahi hai, because I'm like very cool guy to chill. So we used to go to movies and all, but because of companies.
Still, matlab, as someone with, let's say, if you have to report to someone, you have to report to a fresher. Right. So how will you feel? Right. So I think there is going to be, there is always thoda sa wo bias aa jata hai, wo ego to aa hi jata hai kahin na kahin par, right?
And then so before I took the charge, so the guy who is having 10 years of experience, he left. Matlab,
obviously.
So actually, it is not the plan. So his performance is not not up to the mark. So CTO, is like he's a very hard CTO. He's like very hard. He's not a people's manager. He himself knows that. Even if he sees the video, because I recently met him. He came from UK. I met him in Goa. So we are still in touch. But he is not a people's manager. He is a very hardcore techie.
Got it.
At the age of 50 plus, he is coding. He used to compete with me. I used to work day and nights. He used to work with me like that. I have never seen. Even still, I went to Goa. He's working. It's like infra me and all. So
you still code?
Kind of like not in the company, but personal side.
Company में क्यों करना है?
So because of the position. So at that, so 6 months happened. So in that 6 months, I also worked on again cricket social networking platform and all. So then there is a very toughest project is supposed to come, which is that tracking wala.
Right.
You need to build a canvas, show all the tracking of the balls. It's like you will have at least 10 million deliveries. You will get the data. You need to kind of analyze the data within like shots.
Right. Almost in real time. Basically.
It's a very heavy application, and that's a very good learning. So actually, that application is supposed to lead by that senior.
Got it. Who left, and then you were leading that entire product.
So why he left is because before that we need to complete a project. Right, in that project, like let's say for example Jira mein there are some 60 tasks. Okay. Right, so which is like 20 of them is supposed to do by me, and
rest by them. Yeah.
So what happened is like he got stuck in 2 tasks and I completed 58. Kyunki that 2 tasks also, which is a video player, matlab he need to build a video player with some customizable tools and all, and he said it is not possible in some browsers. And then my CTO said, can you look into this once? So I completed it in that war night. So which he is telling from last 1 month, it won't happen. Right. So so it's not intentional. I don't want to hit his job, but I was like, yeah, interesting, yeah, chalo karenge. So I did it, and then my CTO is like, see, if Krish is supposed to do it, a very junior guy, and why he's doing all the complaints. So they got some heated argument, and because of that, he's supposed
so
to.
if Krish can do it, why can't you, right?
So right. So even while he left, he's good with me. I mean, we went to even movie also. He is happy that he thought, chalo, this is not my place to be with.
Correct.
And he's very happy, working with me because he also learned stuff. Right? So a lot of incidents also happened in between where he is not supposed to do something, and I used to do, and I used to tell him. So he told me frankly, I have 10 years of experience, but you are the one of the best guy I worked with.
Oh, nice.
So you are so matured to the age you are. And I was like, yeah.
So उसके बाद you moved to BharatPe.
नहीं.
अच्छा.
उसके बाद I'll tell you there is a between. I'll tell you.
5 years. Okay.
So 2014 to 2019.
Okay.
So in that 2014, all these things happened in 2014, where took the charge, and the project which is supposed to be done. The project timeline is 6 months. I completed in 2 months. Like that, I started laddering up.
Got it.
I joined as an SD1 and then SD. 3 and then tech lead and then engineering manager.
So you moved out as an engineering manager.
So by the time I left, even my CTO left 1 year back.
Achha.
I used to take his role, and I used to work with 3 different teams across. One team is in Poland, one team is in Dehradun, and one team is in Bangalore.
Got it.
Right. So I used to work remote from 2017. So even before the COVID, I am a very good remote working guy. So because these 3 teams were
in 3 different geographies, 3 different time zones, so it zones. Makes sense.
So I used to work round the clock.
Got it.
Right. So before I left, I gave very good products, 2 products which are built from the scratch. Pura cricket scoring softwares. With you need to read the data from cameras, and then you need to convert that HMAX and all that, all the networking pieces, and then you need to add the audio. And then you need to send back. So all that stuff, it's very, very interesting. Those 5 years were damn good. So after that, so 5 years ho gaya, you will get gratuity. And then I chila kuch naya try karenge. So when my CTO left in 2018, I thought to leave. I applied for Grofers and I got the job. From there I came to, I met Vijay.
अच्छा, तो Grofers से you moved to BharatPe.
Right. So 2018 I got Grofers का offer.
Okay.
But then I denied it because my CTO left and he said, 1 साल रुको यहाँ, पूरा complete करो. मतलब it's not good. Everyone left at the same, is leaving at the same time. So it's I stayed there for 1 year, and then I figured out everything. I hired a team in Bangalore, and everyone is set. And then so in this 1 year, even though I didn't offered the job offer from accepted the job offer from Vijay, but still Vijay is in contact with me. So Vijay is let's keep in touch, right? You're good there.
Got it.
I also got, so just in that interview slot, I also liked Vijay. He's very good, very good people to work with.
Yeah, right.
Then we got that, we used to meet now and then. And in 2019 I started looking out, chalo ab shuru karenge. And then I pinged Vaidik in Grofers, right? He is at that time VP of Grofers. So now what happened? Vijay left Grofers.
Acha.
Right? So then Vaidik told me come and then we'll have a chat. So I went there, and the next day I got an offer. Then Vijay approached me for his own startup.
Which is BharatPe.
Which is again which is Stripe or something. There is one more company. He worked before joining Bharat.
Acha, okay.
Right. So he offered me same, right? Whatever the BharatPe, so Grofers
were offered.
So it's second time I denied Vijay. I said I just accepted Grofers, and last time I rejected it, but rejecting again, it doesn't feel good. So I just want to go and see kya chal raha hai Grofers mein. If I want to do something, I'll explore. Vijay took it very positive. Fine, it's not so he understood.
Yeah, mature people don't get offended by all these things. Right? They understand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, because I also told Vijay, see, you are offering the same money. Right? Money is not the case here. I want to see how Grofers and what the stuff, because I have already seen how the company from small went to begin last 5 years.
Correct,
I want to see how the Grofers.
You've already seen that journey once, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now I joined Grofers, and then at that time Grofers is good, but it is also kind of काफी sorted है. It's like it's not that you want to start something or scratch में.
हाँ मतलब already वो pretty much stable ही था
हाँ.
एक तरीके से.
Yes.
But 2019 is when Grofers pretty much achieved their product market fit. उसके 2-3 साल बाद
Right.
they moved into quick commerce.
हाँ,
Blinkit बन गए फिर. They're pretty much sorted वैसे
Yeah.
that way तो.
So I stayed in Grofers for 6 months. The best time in my career to learn, a lot of things.
At Grofers.
हाँ.
Okay.
Because Grofers में I left lot of interesting people. It is like tech driven.
Why did you move out of Grofers then?
I'll tell you. That is also so. It is a tech driven company, and tech is having a lot of things in their hands. मतलब हम it's like tech wants to do, they will do, and without
It's a core engineering company
core
basically,
engineering,
right?
You will see lot of ownership and lot of
Yeah.
chapters, web chapter and like native chapter and all that. It's like proper organized pods and everything. So I used to lead the growth pod technically. So I did I worked in Grofers for 6 months. First 3 months it's good, and after that I started Delhi NCR community of front end.
Okay.
I did GrowJS. So so GrowJS is good. Like the first meetup of GrowJS, I got 2 international speakers, and even the it's like no one expected that so many people will come.
Yeah.
So after I did I did the GrowJS and all, then I was like, it's a common, yeah. I mean, मतलब day to day task में इतना interesting नहीं है. So I used to work out, and I used to have that football. I used to go to football with the colleagues and all. That's a good time. 6 months, learn something different. Then Vijay called me when he got appointed as a BharatPe CTO. He called me and said, I got in touch with Vijay, and there is one recruiter also who so Vijay said, at least come now. Then BharatPe is very it's like very initial stages, right? Like hardly team is 20-30 people, nothing is structured, no pods.
Achha.
Everything is
You joined there as an engineering manager?
हाँ, नहीं, associate director of engineering.
Okay, associate director of engineering.
So from EM to that. So it's like this is very new, like scratch, right? And it's damn interesting for me. So I'm that guy who want to join at that zero, and then want to see something at one.
Correct, right?
Because at that point of time, you will move very fast. It's like you so if you see in some companies, Abhi, you need PRD.
But I think at BharatPe, what I see, since you joined them at such an early stage, so the kind of journey that you have seen, right? So how do you think? Because I think that kind of journey you haven't seen earlier, the kind of journey you saw at BharatPe.
Yes.
So what BharatPe and initially the founders and the leaders did in the early days that made them stand out, and that made them grow exponentially for the next few years.
Right. So I'll tell you, the way we used to work in BharatPe initially, I'll tell you one small example. Swipe, Bharat Swipe, the machine we're going to use. So I got a call from Geetanshu. I think Geetanshu is the VP of engineering at the head of engineering, and Vijay is the CTO. So I used to work with Vijay also to set up the complete.
Vijay is still there?
No. Vijay started his own. Geetanshu started his own.
Who is the CTO now?
Pankaj Goyal. He came from RazorPe.
Yeah. Acha, got it.
He's good. He's one of the good leaders to learn. Right. So coming back to that, Geetanshu called me on Friday. And said, we are going to do the swipe, all that stuff. We need to roll out. Not even on Friday, sorry, Monday. Called me and said, Friday हम live चलेंगे. And I was like, अच्छा, ये तो interesting है. मतलब, I don't know anything about swipe machine at that time. So कितना भी बड़ा product.
These are EDC Android based devices. These EDCs.
हाँ.
Android based. Okay.
Yeah, initially, so that team is also separate. That machine banana ka team. So and this is like building all the front end, back end, and the application.
Machines, I guess these guys were importing from China से ही लेकर आ रहे थे. Right. वो inbuilt Android होता है. Android के ऊपर एक application Android app बना करके you just put it there, right? So,
yeah. So just imagine, I don't know anything about the machine. I mean anything about the product at the point of time, and like what are the screens, what is the flow, nothing. 1 week bus time. Even Bhavik is like that. Even Ashwin also like that. So if there is something you want to launch, nothing more than 1 week.
Got it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's very crazy, and that's the best part, which I've gone through at that point of time. And that's like I aligned the team. I used to speak to them. We used to work like anything at the night. So initially, when I used to work on the dashboards and all, so there are juniors, interns at that point of time, who are very good engineers right now. They turned out to be like gems. So those interns used to work with me. So what I used to do, it's a very legacy. I mean, kind of roughly it was written before very.
What was the tech stack? What's the tech stack over?
Front end, it's more in JavaScript, React, and all. Even before they used to do some jQuery.
Okay.
And all the front end stuff, and back end initially it used to be little bit in PHP and Java, but later it completely turned to Java.
Got it.
Right? And front end is completely sorted. We had TypeScript and all that. So that time when I used to work with them, so they used to work till 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, right? And then they used to sleep. Then I used to review the code and I used to rewrite if something need to be rewritten. And then I used to sleep at 6 o'clock writing all the notes. This is what changes are done, and this is how you need to do.
But I think not everyone can, grow or survive in that kind of environment.
No.
Right? Because it requires a lot of madness.
Right. It is.
Right. And I think for a lot of people, they'll just give up. They want work-life balance. नहीं चाहिए उन्हें इतना नहीं करना है उन्हें कि भाई मैं घर जाके आराम करो, and they are right.
Right.
मतलब whatever makes you happy, right? So.
It's all about you. मतलब.
So how do you used to filter those candidates? कि उसमें जिसमें वो drive है versus वो नहीं है, वो कैसे करते थे?
So initially Bhavik used to hire मतलब people like Anubhav, right? Even before me, Anubhav joined.
अच्छा.
Right? Anubhav, like first Geetanshu joined, and then Anubhav, and then Vijay, and then me, right? So Vijay knows about me basically, how he is, right? Different. Right. Similarly, when we used to hire, I want, tech everyone can learn, matlab kuch bhi ho, it's like any technology anyone can learn.
Right.
But the zeal, the way they speaks, and
the drive and hunger to grow, right?
Exactly.
That is something which cannot be learned. Correct.
And that is one of the important factor I used to concentrate when hiring.
How?
So let's say for example,
because this is very, I think, it's not that functional. ये नहीं है कि यार ये कोड है, इसकी टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्या होगी. It's not easy as that, right? So reading and understanding the psychological pointers of that person. So how do you used to do that?
Right. So in BharatPe, like for example, it's about multiple things. One thing, if you are hiring for a startup, the way the filtering should happen will be different. I'll tell you why, how. And then if you're hiring for a big company with your respective things,
no, true, agreed.
Then it's a different mindset.
Even in a startup, depending on the team, depending on the kind of journeys, at which stage you are, which product you are working on, so different kind of people you have to hire for that as well. True.
Yeah, and in BharatPe, who all the people I hired, there is only one turned out to be a bad hire. But still he is good. But the rest of the people, everyone
was amazing.
And hardly 2 people left. One guy with.
Why do you think, how does this, kind of happen? Because BharatPe ne, during that COVID ke baad wala time, when it was super crazy, hiring engineers was a pain, right? People were asking for 3x, 4x salaries. And people were just going here and there, and even with a 10%, 20% hike, there were n number of job opportunities in the market. So you guys came up with bike denge, Dubai le jayenge, and all that, right? So do you think that helped?
Yep, it helped. And also, even before that campaign, we got a very strong team. Matlab, accountability. I'll tell you one instance, right? I'm having a guy in my team at that time, Aklavya, right? So he went to trekking.
Achha.
But there is one thing which he is supposed to change or something. I just called him and said, tell me the file or something, I'll do. But still I need to get access of everything.
Yeah.
He did that 5 to 10 minutes of change only, but he did in the middle of the trek. He just sat there, he opened his laptop and connected internet and all that. And so it's like you cannot expect everyone to have that kind of ownership.
No, it's very difficult to find. That's the reason I asked this question.
Yeah. I'll tell you.
How did you identify those guys?
Right. So when I hire, right?
Because I'll tell you why. Because lot of leaders, they really don't know how to do that. Everybody wants these kind of people, but they don't know, ki how should I assess that? I'm talking to someone, I'm talking to you, I'm interviewing you for something, but how do I know, like if this is the person who is hungry? क्योंकि interview बोलते तो सब हैं, right? कि I'll do this, I'll do that, I am all for work, right? I want to grow and I want to do all that bullshit. But when it comes, and that's the difference between successful people and people who are not able to grow. Everybody wants to be successful, but not everybody moves in that direction that will help them succeed.
Exactly.
Right. So how do you do that?
So, when I do the interview, so like in my career, I have hired a lot of people, and there are only 1-2 cases maybe I missed hiring a good, but rest of the people were like like gems. So how I used to do, generally entry pattern क्या होता है, मतलब you will do the first round of tech round.
Right. Technical कर लिया, functional तो हो गया, cultural
हाँ.
बताओ
So generally startup में क्या होता है ना, cultural में भी people will ask, so what are you going to do, क्या है तुम्हारी, I mean like what's your future plans and all that. But how I used to speak, I used to be friendly first, right, to make them very comfortable. And then I should tell, चलो तुम job कर दिया, मतलब you are doing your job or something, what's apart from the job you are doing,
okay,
right, and what is your what you have done something where no one asked you to do, right? Then if someone has something to say, he will say with, see, when you ask someone that what you have done in the company, they'll say मैं company में ये कर दिया वो कर दिया, because he has given the task to do.
Give them comfort and let them open up.
Right. When you tell that, see, this is if you see, this is meets the expectations. मतलब, see, in any job you are expected to do something. You are doing that. Right. Then you are normal. You are in that that normal block of people.
Yeah.
I search for this alphas. मतलब the ninja club where the out of the box people.
You think you are an alpha?
I'm the ninja. I mean, I'm the out of the box. So I never like the normal.
I really love the way you are not, because a lot of people, when you say you are a genius or an alpha, they try to be humble. नहीं ऐसा नहीं है यार, मतलब ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ खास नहीं है. But I really love the way kind of talking about this. कि you are accepting the fact यार, you are this and you are very upfront about it कि हाँ मैं हूँ, मेरे को पता है.
मैं हूँ. Like you can ask anyone who work with me, they will accept. So because I love to do that. The day I feel that I am not alpha or I am not like out of the box guy, then I'll quit. मतलब.
So tell me one thing, in your team or in your work style is more aggressive?
अभी नहीं.
अच्छा.
Before.
Okay. Aggressive with the team in terms of deliveries, in terms of timelines, or are you more of a people person?
It will be fun working with me. So what do you see? Simple. I will just try to prepare people like myself.
मैं एक example देता हूँ. Suppose करो कि there is a sprint going on and you have discussed with one of the developer कि यार this is the feature that needs to be shipped and उसने बोला 4 दिन लगेगा, right? चलो आपने agree भी कर लिया, you agreed कि ठीक है 4 days में it should be done and we'll go live on the 5th day testing के बाद, right? And let's say वो 4 day में उसने नहीं किया, it took him 7 days,
right?
So how do you typically approach that?
So I'll tell you one thing here. If he is unable to do that 4-day task in 4-day task, at the first place, he won't be getting hired via me. Because in BharatPe, whoever I work with, everyone got hired by me. Right? I always try to pick those people. If you give 4 days, they'll be able to complete in 3 days.
Got it. Because
I don't want this 7 wala log. Kyunki then I need to speak to them, and then I need to train them, and I need to do them, and all that stuff happens. Right. If you did the first thing right, matlab the first hiring part, then ये सब नहीं होगा ना. So they'll be like that. So all the products which we delivered, right? I never asked anyone to work in weekends or to work, but they used to do, and I am the only one in the company who threw parties to the teams with own money.
Wow.
I spent like in one at one time I spent like 40-50K to call the people. See, generally managers wait for company budget or split karo ye wo, right? I'm not that guy. I was like, see मेरे लिए people अरे Krish के लिए हम करेंगे काम. मतलब if you ask, they will do. Whether it is day, whether it is night,
Nice.
So for them, you need to make,
I'll try to find opportunities to go, more parties with you.
and they know like, अरे Krish आए तो कुछ होगा.
Yeah.
So I want to
Nice.
make that vibe, na. It's like working with me should be energetic,
It should be fun.
right? If my hands tied on some rules and regulations, then I'm not comfortable.
You need to have, you need to be on the driver's seats, basically,
Exactly.
right?
हाँ.
Right.
You just give me something, whether it, like कुछ भी हो, right? You give me something, and then like build it, I'll build it. But one way or another, see, anything can be done, at this point of time, right? So I know team. I have a very good network. मतलब I have an army of developers in the community because I have 20,000 followers in LinkedIn. So I do top med calls also. I want to speak to these juniors to understand where they are and how can I help them. And some of them turned out to be really good.
Right.
And then I used to have. So there is one guy I recently hired for one company. मतलब other, it's like.
Achha, some other company.
हाँ. So he is not a techie. He want to change his thing from business to tech, right? And then people thought he is not the fit. But the way I spoke to him and I asked him about his personal stuff, how he thinks and how he handles situation and how enthusiastic. Like, see, when you ask something, there are two kinds of people. One will say, "Ah, मैंने ये कर दिया, वो कर दिया," and there is one category. They'll say, मैं तो ये किया, and so you see the voice. मतलब he is
You
very
see
happy.
basically, I think more of a vibe match, energy and
Yes.
frequency match. If that is happening, you go for it.
He is very proud that.
But basically, from जो मेरे को समझ आ रहा है, what I'm understanding is your approach towards interviewing and assessing candidates is not functional. It's more, gut based
gut.
and more EQ based of hiring, right?
So I always concentrate on the fitment. I rejected a lot of people on the fitment. Right. So fitment में I need to feel that I'll work with him.
Right.
Right. He'll also say that hey, you're interesting guy. मतलब he shouldn't forget my interview. Right. So that's what happened with me, na, with that CTO in my first. What I did, same. मतलब I spoke to him in a very different way where he was like, अच्छा ये कौन है? मतलब let's give a chance.
Right.
So even still, like we met after 5-6 years, right? He still tells that I still remember the day we met in that interview, right? So like that, I want that energetic people. Sure, there are good people,
but वो energy होनी
who
चाहिए,
get that
hunger
bond.
होना चाहिए,
Yes,
right?
yes, because these people, one way or another, like someday they'll have their own,
Correct.
and they'll make an impact.
Right.
Working for the company, getting salary, ये तो normal है, मतलब normal चीज है.
हाँ, ये तो it's very mechanical.
Mechanical.
So अभी तक in your career, out of all the roles, be it your startup or you have worked across all these companies,
Right.
which has been transformational or pivotal for you
हाँ, so
professionally,
professionally, right?
Yeah. BharatPe.
Right? Because it is that like no one can see that journey, becoming a unicorn
Right.
in 2 years.
I have a question here as well. So, a lot of startups, when they start, what happen, they try to make things perfect from the very beginning.
Right.
Right? कि यार सब कुछ micro service कर लेते हैं, cluster K8 पे चले जाते हैं, let's talk about 1 million user scalability and all that stuff. And they don't focus too much on PMF or getting features delivered.
Right.
So, what is your take on this since you have been at BharatPe from the very beginning? So, what was the approach? Was the approach more towards shipping product? And when you guys started scaling, you started working a lot of other moving areas around tech and then fixing tech debt management हो गया, right? Overall optimization हो गया code base का, standardization हो गया code base का. So you guys did that from the very beginning or you did it at a later stage?
Later stage.
अच्छा.
Because see, at the, initial days of any startup, right? If you spend a lot of time in perfection, getting perfect, it never, it can never happen because nothing in this world at this point of time is perfect.
So your message to basically all the early founders
To be
and
new.
engineers is to be, be frugal
Yes.
and just simple way है, break things and
Break
move
things,
forward.
move fast.
Right.
Go into the market, just
Correct.
jump into the market.
Don't try to get too perfect
Yes.
and spend time on that.
Yes, because
Right.
see, you will always have time to revamp. Even Uber got revamped twice, right? So it's
वो
like
तो सब होते ही हैं eventually यार. When you hit a million user का scale, you don't even know what kind of problem you're going to face.
yes,
Right?
exactly.
So
And hire such kind of people where you don't need to tell them to rewrite. They'll themselves come up with "अरे ये करेंगे, वो
correct.
करेंगे,"
They'll figure out how to navigate through that.
Exactly.
And it's not always about rewriting, I guess. It's also about, writing code in a way which is very adaptable, and it's more of a plug and play kind of architecture.
Right.
It's very flexible and, adaptable as you move forward. So you
Yep.
can build on top of it.
Yes. See, the BharatPe swipe machine, we hardly released it in less than 2 weeks.
Right.
And within 3 months, it clocked around 700 crore transactions.
So when you did it in, 2 weeks, so weren't you getting a lot of errors,
Hey,
customer
yes,
support,
yes,
and all
yes,
those
yes.
things?
It happens.
But the leadership was okay with that.
Okay with that. It's
Got
like
it.
they want to test the product first. See, market, like let's go into the market and let's learn, and then let's keep fixing if it is a very good fit. See, no one will expect that you will be 100% perfect.
Right. So
Right,
tell me
there's-
one thing. So did
because-
this came from the founders?
Yeah.
कि यार अभी तुम बना के कैसे भी बना करके हम मार्केट में जाते हैं, या फिर you guys used to go back to the management and say कि यार if we build it in 2 weeks, so this is probably going to break a lot of issues is going to come up, versus if we take 4 weeks, so we'll be able to ship a relatively stable product.
Right. So the point is, the leaders, I mean, like there are two business leaders who are also there, like Ashni and business leaders, and the tech leaders, matlab Geetanshu, Vijay.
Correct.
So we, it's like we know that like we will do it fast, but itna nahi hai, it will go and break.
Yeah.
We know where to like concentrate just to make sure it won't break. Right. So we want to fix that the best possible way.
Yeah.
Right. That can work. So that's why even for the startups, you always need some senior people to guide.
Right.
Even though let's say someone started a very very early stage startup with some interns, right? They still need someone in their network who can monitor them,
Correct. No, obviously.
who can
Right.
see that's where I played a role, hiring people and
yeah.
all that is said, not for different companies. So I used to do this. I used to hire and set up the team, and then they can drive, right? And then I was like, so
Another question is coming in my mind. So when you started scaling at BharatPe, so बहुत बार क्या होता है, when you ask time or budget for optimization or tech debt management, tech debt resolution and stuff around that. So lot of time, there's a lot of friction from the management as well. कि यार, why didn't you build it right in the very first place? Why are we getting these issues, right? Why do we need to? Because let's say if you are deploying a team of 15 folks, right, for 15 days on tech debt management and resolution, so basically you are spending a huge amount of money on that. Right. So and if you look at business folks, they typically look at everything as an ROI perspective.
Yes.
So was that something that used to happen at BharatPe?
Yeah. I mean, see, there is always a what you can say pushback from them when it's a tech debt. They want to release something. So most of the tech debts and all,
Everything is P0 for them.
So most of these things used to happen because of the devs are very interested and they want to rewrite कुछ ना कुछ करके हम rewrite करेंगे. ठीक है? Then they used to figure out some time to do it. Sometimes we are successful in getting them into the Jira boards and all, but sometimes we used to do it personally. Let's say for example, lot of things in the chapter level, like platform level, lot of things or libraries or the component libraries and all built by no one asked us to build. Even
Right.
there is one big kind of an application in the BharatPe where a lot of product people will are using it.
Right.
It is just a brainchild of mine. Like I called one of my like EM, and then I told him yes karenge, like it will be good, and then he
Got
said chalo
it.
karenge. So we did it. No one asked us. Like we did it, and then right now every product guy wants to use it because
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
where you manage a lot of things. Okay? It is a component library. Let's say for example, when we thought to build something and we figured out a plan, it was like a 3-4 months का plan आया, and we completed it in 1 week. क्योंकि इतना टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास उस टाइम पे. So चलो करेंगे ये सब, but let's see.
Either you do it fast or you don't do it.
हाँ. And that time I and one my like EM, his name is Pawan, and after there are 2 interns, Mukul
Yeah.
and Papan. 2 interns. They don't know even JavaScript when they joined. I trained them, and they are one of the best front end guys now. So it's like I trained them, and then they work with us, and then we launched it.
Yeah.
So there are a
yeah.
lot of people, like that. So what we used to do, so it's always about getting that right people to your company. So concentrate on the fitment round.
Got it.
Tech तो कोई भी कर लेगा आज.
सही बात है. नहीं, totally agree on that.
Attitude and that, like, fitment में यही होता है ना, attitude and the passion he is speaking with you.
Right.
And just find out whether he's lying or not. As so people will act आजकल like तेज है, बहुत तेज है.
People know how to crack interviews.
Right.
At least वो fitment वाले side पे तो they can fake a lot.
Right,
So
right.
functional पे you can't, but fitment पे it's still a lot
Fitment में
easier.
it's all about तुमने ये किया ना, ये कैसा किया, वो कैसे किया. Just dive into that. Then at one point you will know that अच्छा ये तो नहीं किया इसमें.
मतलब what is your message for aspiring engineers who want to climb up the ladder and grow up as an engineering leader?
Right. So it might be my perspective, but I always tell people, first 5 years of your career, right, work in startup. Because if you are very comfortable in the initial stages of your career, you will be the guy who will be working for your lifetime.
Correct, right.
Okay. So chalo, Google, those kind of companies were different, but if you got an offer in abroad, right, but India mein to normal hai. Because I have already gone through all these things, Amazon Vancouver and all that.
Right.
So the point is, in the startup you are you will learn the stuff na. So let's say for example in a big company you will get some work, you will do it, and you're happy, you get the free packs.
So I think in a startup you are more of a generalist kind of an engineer, and in a enterprise you are a specialist. So I think that's the biggest difference. And
biggest difference. And also the work in the startup ना, you will learn a lot of things. मतलब product, business है, सब कुछ तुम्हारे सामने मिलते हैं.
और मतलब basically अगर as an engineering leader you need to be a generalist ना, you can't be just a specialist and become a CTO or a VP.
So in the 5 years of your career ना, so you will learn a lot of things. You will move very fast. You see, that is where your energy. Right?
Correct.
Like you are not married at that point of time, right? You don't have any responsibilities much.
Correct. Right.
That is the time you like run fast. Matlab, then you can be like way ahead of others, right? So always concentrate on only one thing. Matlab,
makes sense.
Out of the box is the only thing. I always want to be that out of the box guy.
Yeah.
If I am in a team, Krish should have some stamp, right? That is the only funda, right? Wherever I go, whatever I do, simple. So
right.
So big companies ये सब होते हैं, मतलब to tell good and families and all, but if you spend your first 5 years in this fast-paced environment and trying startups and doing all these things, after 5 years you are already way ahead, and you know a lot of things. Matlab, by 5 years you will know how to do a complete application.
Correct.
I have seen people even at the age of like at the experience of 7-8 years of experience, they still stuck to one particular thing. मतलब मुझको यही back end ही आते हैं, मुझको front end ही आते हैं, ऐसा.
सही बात है, right.
If you want to be that guy, by 5 years you should know how a Uber runs complete. How a Uber say today you have no job and you want to do something, you should be in a position to know everything from front end, back end, infra, everything.
Correct.
Right. Then only you are that guy, right? That out of the box guy who can build anything. And these people only after 2-3 years they will be a CTOs or co-founders and all these.
सही बात है, totally agreed.
Right? Varna you will be that engineering ladder में. So it's like, see, even in this flow also, see, this is one flow and one more flow. It's like in 5 years you have done a lot of things, you have a very good resume, then obviously you will be into the tech lead position and slowly engineering manager, because at the so if you are very good at people management, matlab, you know how to speak to the people, like if there are 6 people working under you, you will be very sure that iska career kya hai. You can see the way you work with them, that need to help them.
Right.
I always used to tell the people, like under me, it's like who is to report me, it's like it's not about the company, right? If you will stay in the
think about your growth.
Exactly. Think about your growth, do things for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you get it for the company, because even for the company comes first na, after that employees.
Right.
सब कहते हैं मतलब employee company है हम. It's like, but frankly saying, company is having money to sustain, then only they will give salary to you.
Right? सही बात. End of the day it's a business. Right. अगर business में पैसा नहीं बन रहा है तो फिर nothing is going to work.
Exactly. So work for yourself, see your career growth, and after that,
Absolutely.
you know, get onto the ladder quickly, right? Because there is a lot to do after
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
So don't wait for मैं tech lead 3 साल करूँगा, इसके बाद EM बनूँगा, इसके बाद ये बनते रहो, work for someone
Keep
else.
moving, keep running.
Keep moving, keep learning, do
Right.
something interesting, try to create an impact
Yeah.
to the society. Then you are that alpha guys or the club or ninja club, वरना you are normal.
सही बात है.
I'm just telling about this, the journey of this ninja club only, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
others, because 95% of the people are the normal, you know,
हाँ,
because
मतलब
every company needs.
if that is how you want to grow, then that is for those folks
Right.
जिनको ये direction ये रास्ता लेना है.
Right.
लेना ही नहीं है तो फिर you are happy, right? You are good.
Yes, because you should create something, you should create an impact, or because see, like, you should train people where they, you know, they become leaders now. So like that is important. Like,
Yeah.
that is where you will stand out, right? So this is one stage, and normal wala stuff is like, if you want to slowly grow into the ladder, you know, become, then it is also fine. Like, you concentrate on things like, you know, like do things.
I think सबसे important चीज़ है कि you need to have awareness what kind of person you are, what are your priorities, and then based on that you decide कि यार मुझे path A लेना है या path B लेना है.
Right. Yeah. Path A will be tough,
Right.
but you should enjoy, right? You should like, yeah, मैं करूँगा ये. So it's like, don't get things. See, you can travel, you can go here and there, have fun,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
never, you know, lose that zeal. And also, like, coming to the preferences. Let's say, for example, you want to release something on Monday, but if you want to go to some trip, ठीक है, पहले रिलीज करो, इसके बाद एंजॉय करो.
सही बात है, right.
Because a lot of people
It's
are
all
not
about
like-
ownership.
हाँ,
कि जो है अपना काम कर दो, उसके बाद जो करना है करो.
हाँ.
Right. Makes
So,
sense. Makes a lot of sense.
It's about how you grow and how you
Yeah.
want to take things, and people should, it's like, अच्छा, इसके, I mean, if you give something to him, like, we can forget it, he will complete it. That assurance you should give to your, you know, your manager or whoever you know you are working with.
Right.
Right. So like, I'm the kind of guy, so I hate this documents, you know, writing all this, all you know, all that normal managerial stuff. See, I can train people, you know, I can shape out people into very good leaders, right? But not that, you know, spend 6 years and learn some, you know, competencies or whatever it is, and then slowly tell the people, wait for is an A. Like, do it quick. If it works, if not, then like,
Right.
So make yourself, so whatever you do, whether you are applying for a company or whether you are doing something or whether you are planning something, always think how others will do.
Right.
Let's say
right.
100 people are there.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
You can do it something different than those 100.
Then you are that
Do it.
person. Oh, makes
If
a
you
lot
are
of
doing
sense.
common, then normal. So that path is also there. Like, a lot of people see, even if I start a company, I need people, right? I cannot expect all the alphas will come and join me.
नहीं वो होगा भी नहीं ना. You won't be able to fulfill their aspirations as well.
Right. So there is a scope for all these people also, but I'm more concentrated, aligned towards those guys. Like, so even in my company, there are a lot of people, but still I have a ninja club separate. So these are the guys who I always approach whenever something I want to do, right? And I know
Nice.
that they will do.
Yeah.
हाँ, कितना भी हो, whatever the family circumstances, whatever the personal situations, they will do. But at the same time, I'll also support whenever they want something. It's like that. Like,
Got it.
You work for me. I help. You know, I also work for you. Something like that.
Right. So basically, I think what you're trying to say is कि mostly, you know, कि move fast, fail fast, and just keep doing, you know,
Right.
and start moving in the right direction.
Never go into that zone of comfort.
Right.
For at least first 10 years.
If
like
that is where if that is a north star for you, right?
Right. Because now,
Yeah.
when you move like this, after maybe 10 years or 12 years, you will be in a very good position where you don't look for money. मतलब money to sort. See, if you're running that fast, money will follow you. But after that, never concentrate or never work for money. Work for your passion.
Yeah.
Create something new.
Right,
Because
right.
see, it's a factor. Now people take home loans, car loans, everything. They'll get stuck to the company or they'll get stuck to the job. मतलब अरे ये है मैं करना पड़ेगा. I cannot take a risk and all. So that try to come out of that zone. When you will come, that if you climb the ladder faster, right? So then only you will get into that zone of now you are kind of sorted. in terms of money, then try something, maybe doing something interesting or some new
Got
startup
it.
or something. If it works, if not, then come back, because you're already,
सही बात है.
you know that you are already good.
Right.
Yeah.
So, मतलब coming back from the same question, so as an entrepreneur, right? Let's say, what is your message for entrepreneurs who have just started, and these are business founders? They don't understand too much around tech. So, what would you say? What are the traits they should look at while hiring the engineering leaders, and what are the red flags they should avoid?
Right. So, at an early stages, right? There are two cases. One case, you are a good founder. You are having a good network.
Yeah.
Matlab, you already have a lot of tech people, right? Tech leaders you already know, right? So they will help
Let's
you
say they don't have the network.
I'm saying, so
right.
those cases leave it up, right? So they already have some backups. Now you are a complete business guy. You don't know anyone.
Yeah.
So the point is, you will be anyway hiring one CTO, if you want, right?
Correct.
So if you are lucky enough to get a CTO, fine. But while hiring the CTO, it is always the same. When you speak to the guy, you should feel that I will enjoy working with him. Right? So it's like there are a lot of CTOs who starts with numerics, matlab numbers, मुझको क्या कितना है and what we'll do, what are the plans and all. Before all that, he should speak about product. You both should discuss about the product first. You should spend a lot of nights or days to engage in the product. Then who is the guy coming to after the product discussions and all? Then if the guy come to the numbers or divide in the shares and all, which is fine.
So basically, whoever you are hiring should be passionate about the mission or the product that you are building, right?
Right.
अगर वो drive नहीं है, if the drive is money, then it's an immediate red flag.
Immediate red flag, and also within 4-5 months he won't be there. Simple. If you are unable to rise or
उसे कहीं और पैसे मिल जाएंगे, he'll probably get another 10-20% somewhere else, so he'll go right. Makes sense.
So you will get to know that in his. So there are a lot of people, the business people who are little bit, kind of insecure that अभी चलो हमको co-founder चाहिए, चलो ले लेंगे इसको. It's like even though he is not completely comfortable, but he will try to take a risk.
Right.
And that kills the company. Right? Never compromise on getting your co-founder or CTO or even the head of engineering. You should be very comfortable with him. You should be very
super sure. Take time.
Yes.
2-3 महीने 4 महीने लो, but be super sure that this is the guy you want to spend next few years with.
Yep. And also these guys will have a plan clearly. Matlab, so he knows, right? If he's passionate, he knows how to do, and if he also understands the business, he will try to take interns. And he will drive. You don't need SD1s, SD3s, tech leads in the initial stages.
Right.
Interns can do it these days. And now there is an AI also. So interns can take help of AI and do it.
It's much easier.
Yeah. So at initial stages, it's not about even technical. It's about the leader. Hire leaders, not the managers. Never. Right? I hate managers. Matlab, so there are like always two ways, right? Like a leader always tries to do, and then he will try to make him do, and then he will make sure that he can replace him.
Correct.
Managers are insecure. What managers will do?
Leaders का काम यही होता है कि to make themselves irrelevant.
Right.
Right. अगर dependency अभी भी तुम्हारे ऊपर है, then probably you haven't grown as a leader. You are still just trying to secure your spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Because leaders have a bond with the team, right? And they always, try to they always try to suggest or guide them.
Right.
And if something goes right, they'll give credit. If something goes wrong, they'll take the blame.
Got it.
That's where the leader stands.
Right. Makes sense.
If you are there, people should feel comfortable. अरे कुछ भी हो ना, Krish है हमारे लिए. But if you are a manager, if there is a credit, you will come and be in the first place. And if there is something gone wrong, you are the first person to blame the team. मतलब team ने नहीं किया. If there is someone under you, if he is failing, it's your failure.
Correct. Right.
You cannot tell him that he is a 2-rater, and you cannot give yourself a 4 rating.
No, obviously, right.
You are the reason.
You have hired that person. You are grooming that person, right? You are driving that person. So if that person fails, you are failing.
You are failing.
Simple as that.
So there are cases. See, let's say for example, you did a bad hire. That's a different case. You did a good hire and he became bad. Matlab, it's because of you.
सही बात
as simple
है.
as that. And that's why I hate these managers. So
Yeah.
when you're hiring for your startup, always look for leaders, always look for that zeal, passion, you know, and that guy who give last preference to the money.
Yeah.
Because you know, na, if the startup becomes success, obviously you are the ones who are, you know, going to get the money. पहले
सही
से
बात
क्यों
है.
fight करना?
Correct, correct, correct.
Yeah. So yep, it's a simple funda. Because I am more into like 2010 se I'm into the leadership na, so I was more into that. Like I'm the head of leadership club in my college, right?
हाँ बताया, you
हाँ.
mentioned in the
And
very
after
beginning.
that, one of my junior, I made him leadership, you know, the head of leadership club, right? And he's the engineering manager, senior engineering manager in PostPay right now in BharatPe,
अच्छा.
right? And after that, there is one more leadership guy, right? So it's like chain of leaders.
Yep,
And after
right.
there is one more guy who is having his own startup.
Create leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where I feel, you know, that's where I can, you know, sleep happily, where when I look back, there are a lot of people, you know, got something from me, and they created an impact, and so that's where you feel happy. You know, they
Right.
can never forget me.
Right.
So you should create impact in someone's life. That's it. That's where you are. That's where you know, make you can call yourself as a leader, and then you are happy, comfortable.
Right. Well, sounds good. I think very nice talking to you, Krish.
Same to you.
And yeah, thank you again for taking time for this. Really appreciate.
Yeah.